want to get you hitting your driver more consistently. I've got a simple drill I use with loads of golfers who struggle with the club path coming out this way and then they come across the ball. You could also use it if you're someone who gets too far behind it and then struggles with like flips and blocks. But what it will do is it'll make the backswing, or the downswing I should say, sorry, way more simple for you to understand and way more simple for you to practice, to make sure you work this kind of feeling into your golf swings so you can actually take it to the golf course. Remember, if you like the tips, hit the like button down below. Down there in the description there's a link to my weekly newsletter as well, which is absolutely free, giving free exclusive weekly golf tips for people who want to learn in a little bit higher depth than maybe some of the myths that are thrown around on YouTube. So the over the top swing, the out to in path, the very classic positions where we see people here coming down and across, or even if you're someone who wants to get really tucked below, this goes under and then we're giving it loads of this. This idea can work, and the idea is built around you understanding that from the top of your backswing, I need you feeling like you're lowering your hands while at the same time your shoulders stay a little bit close to target for a little bit longer. So you turn away from target. As you start your downswing and lowering your hands, I want you to stay back to target for a nanosecond longer than lots of amateurs do to then get out. The pattern we see with over the top golfers, where they often think they're doing this with the club, so they're like kind of using their wrists to go from here to swing down. Often actually what you see is you see golfers get here, then what they do is they're already rotating their shoulders back towards target as their hands haven't even dropped yet, they've stayed up, and then they start dropping their arms. And look what happens, you get the standing up appearance of the shaft on the camera there, but this angle hasn't really changed. All that's happened is you're looking at this angle, which looks like a kind of good path on the way down. But as I rotate my shoulders around this way, you're just looking at it from here, look. Which is why it looks like it's more over the top, if that makes sense, because you're in a 2D world watching me in the 3D world, and that's where often the confusions lie. So look, really simple drill I want you to do, and you've probably seen good players do this on tour. I think Justin Rose was doing versions of this for a long time, if he isn't already, or still. I want you to go top of your backswing and stop. Make sure you make a good shoulder turn. So don't be a weak shoulder turn, big arms. Make sure you do get your chest rotating with good tilts in your body. And then what you're going to do, while keeping your back to target, so my back facing here target, I am going to lower my arms. So I'm literally just going to lower them. So arms up, arms down. So we're going to lower my arms into a position where the club now gets parallel to my feet line. See what I've done there? So I've just lowered my arms so the club now is parallel to my feet line. If I do it more here for that camera, you might find it's that lens makes it look like it's way behind, so it's here. Okay, back still to target. Then from here, I'm going to try and get my chest to overtake the club to open up to target. So we're basically changing the order of that downswing. So many golfers, believe it or not, because of the way they make their backswings and the timings of the handle of the club, they're actually turning back towards target as they complete their backswing with their upper body, where good players aren't. Good players, as they complete their backswing, they're more laterally shifting with their hips going, and shoulders are delayed that little bit later. So they're more back to target as their arms start dropping down, giving that lovely appearance and better path that we do see, obviously, from better players, of that club coming down here more. So don't be afraid to feel like you are laterally shifting left, just back to target as you lower your arms. So it's a real exaggeration on a theme. You won't do this when you hit the ball. This is the exaggeration. And then from here to hit the ball, I want to try and get my shoulders back to at least 0, or ideally slightly opening up. So you're going to go from slowing your shoulders and chest down to lateral, to then as you get down near the ball, really speeding it up. And that's the pattern we see from better golfers. Again, amateurs, we see quick turns with their shoulders, then they stop turning their shoulders as the club comes this way, and they try to then balance things out, hence the high handles, the floppy impacts, and the generally horrible struck shots. Give this a practice, you'll be amazed at the difference it makes. Like I say, I would be doing it on the tee, so it's there, you're literally just bringing your arms down. Just bringing my arms down. Bring my arms down, I bring my lead arm down, my trail arm starts to straighten out to throw the club down. Does that make sense? So I'm literally bringing my arms down to then open shoulders, keeping those shoulders back. Don't try and bring your arms down Holding on to angles, let those angles all come out, let these angles come out, let this come out, to bring that club down. Getting the idea of a downswing more of lowering your arms in sync with your shoulder turn will totally encourage better drives, a little bit more like that one, which will help you play better golf. And if you want to play better golf, remember the link to my newsletter in the description down below. Like the video if these tips are helping, and if you want to understand the pro timing to amateur timing in the backswing and downswing, because it'll blow your head off, this video will rock your timing world.